What is up, everybody? Sean the D-Man here, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great weekend. Auburn falls to Georgia 104-100, and in a game where you thought it was over in regulation, Auburn and Overton, mainly Overton, I guess Hall and Overton, Hall, making the perfect shot and the ball bouncing and Overton being in the right place at the right time to get the ball and put it back just as time expires to go into overtime. And even in a situation where Auburn should have probably won the game in overtime, had opportunities to win the game in regulation, too many mistakes, it just cost Auburn a chance to win the game. Like, you can question on if Georgia is a solid basketball team. Like, you even heard it several times throughout the broadcasting that Georgia played a pretty soft schedule because they had a lot of young new guys playing together and things like that. And so they played a soft schedule and got easy cupcake wins compared to what Auburn had to do. They have a brand new team. They had to play, I mean, they didn't have to, but they chose to play Purdue, Arizona, Houston. Obviously, you played in a Players Era tournament where you played Michigan, St. John's, Oregon. You played NC State for hoops. I believe it was for hoopskipping. But you played. Oh no, it was the ACC SEC Challenge. You played NC State. Auburn has played a much tougher level of competition compared to Georgia. There's no denying that. And again, if Auburn cleans up their mistakes that they had in this game, Auburn clearly wins this game without a doubt. So, like, it's just, and officiating too. Officiating is a part of the problem in this game for some reason. I believe this happened last year as well. But the past 2 years, whenever Auburn goes to Georgia, there is this annoying habit from the officiating for very questionable calls. Yeah, I get that the home team usually gets the benefit of the doubt with some calls and things like that. But there are occasions where I'm just kind of like, what? Why are you calling that? Like, what, 2, maybe 3 minutes into the game, we're at a total of 5 fouls overall for both teams combined. 5 fouls within the first 2 to 3 minutes. And some of these were like just weak ticky tack fouls that eventually they cause issues down the stretch. Why? Because both Jovic and Tahad ended up fouling out. Now, they both probably had their own, ticky tack fouls and stuff like that. The same thing with Georgia. Like, Georgia got some calls, and Georgia didn't get some calls going their way as well. Not saying, one way or the other. Both teams probably got screwed by the officiating in some way, shape, or form. But there were just moments where Auburn has the opportunity to put the game away, and then just conveniently at certain times, officiating came in and pretty much gave 3 points to Georgia. And it's just stuff like that that is just annoying to see from time to time in these basketball games. But again, I would probably say the real culprit of today's loss is Auburn. They made so many mistakes in this game. Again, especially down the stretch. There was a moment where Auburn's up and they can't handle Georgia's pressure, and I think it was Sebastian Williams who tried to get the ball to the Hod, but instead of the Hod trying, making sure he had control of it, he tried to grab it and then take off against this pressure, turns the ball over. Um, but again, in overtime, Hall got fouled. He clearly got fouled, going to, I think it was like going for a layup. He gets fouled, doesn't get called on him. We go down to the other end. Wilkinson for Georgia, he gets fouled and he gets to go to the line. Like, it's just stuff like that. I don't mind calls being made. I just want calls to be consistently made from both sides. There were times in the first half where the officiating was just, they were calling a lot of stuff, but in the second half they were like, okay, we'll let these guys play. But when you do that again, it already disrupts things because Auburn pretty much is running like an 8-man rotation compared to what I think Georgia was running, like 11 guys. I think they said at one point during the broadcasting. That plays a part when you are only playing, when Georgia has 3 more available players than Auburn. Now, could Steven play like a Simon Walker or something like that? Probably he could have, but especially hurt in overtime. Especially hurt in overtime, but it's just frustrating when stuff like that happens. But I mean, Auburn definitely they had every opportunity to win the game, and they just didn't. And so, but I mean, you look at it stat wise. Um, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Keyshawn Hall, 20 points, solid game for me. I mean, he was 5 of 13. He wasn't really efficient, but he made the he is Keyshawn Hall is doing the thing that you brought him in for. He is a guy that can make get his own bucket, and he has proven that throughout this season. Yeah, the field goal percentage is not very good, but 20 points. He missed three. He missed three field goals. That's a common theme in this game, by the way, which we'll get to in a second. But 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He did what he was supposed to do. Keyshawn Murphy, 12 points. He was 4-7 from the field, 0-3 from 3-point line. He got 7 rebounds. Again, maybe I would like a little bit extra points out of him, but he did what he was supposed to do. Overton, 19 points, 7 of 15. Uh, 7 rebounds, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 of 7 from three. I would rather take less threes and have a better field goal percentage, but again, he made plays when Auburn needed him to. Um, Kaden Magwood, he started. I'm not sure why. And then Jovic had himself a pretty good game. He got 10 points, 3 or 4 from the field, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds. So he did his part. Elijah Freeman, 14 points, 5 of 9, 2 of 4, and 5 rebounds. The, Dahad Pettiford, 25. He was 10 of 21, 3 of 11 from 3 point, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 or 3 from free throw line. Those stats where you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures, and you don't win. Now Georgia. I mean, Georgia basically had about 5 guys in double figures. It's just like, but Georgia shot the ball probably better compared to Auburn because Auburn was let's see. So Auburn was 45% from the field, field goal percentage. Georgia was 52%. Georgia was extremely better than Auburn. 3 point. I mean, Georgia was 38. You were 27. Again, Georgia was a little bit better at their 3 point. They were 11 of 29 compared to your 8 of 30. Like, I don't mind you taking threes, but 8 of 30, that's not good. And so it's just, I would rather, again, I said this a lot, and this is just me. I'm sure other people probably will say as well. I will rather you make more makeable mid-range jumpers than get like this. And it's just, but that's just me. Free throw percentage, Auburn was 67, Georgia was 71. So Georgia missed 10 free throws. Auburn missed 12. Rebounds, offensive rebound, you pretty much won that one. Defensive rebound, you won pretty much the rebounds. You did, but you missed on critical moments when you needed to get a rebound. You missed, and so I mean, you got 15 more rebounds than Georgia. So it's crazy. Assist 15 to 11 in Auburn's favor. Steals, you got 6 steals compared to their 4. Now they got 8 blocks. You have 13 turnovers. They had 11. They got 5 more points off those turnovers compared to your 15. So 15 for Auburn, 20 for Georgia. You take 5 of those away, Auburn probably wins this game. Fast break points, Georgia won that by one. And then points in the paint, you kind of won that one, 44-40. And then you had 2 more fouls compared to them. So it sucks. Like looking at the box score, it was a pretty evenly contested game, but Georgia made better plays than Auburn did, and the percentages and everything shows that. But this team did not quit. I give that's an underrated but massively important thing right there. This team did not quit at all. Like, you thought it was over at in the regulation, and then Auburn just they made plays, and we go in overtime, and again, you still made plays. It's just you didn't make the clutch plays in the clutch moments when you needed to. And that's just something this team is going to have to, grow and learn from. Like, this is a good basketball team. This is a good basketball team. It just sucks right now. So, and again, I think Georgia's a pretty solid team, but I'll be interested to see on how they, like, if they would have played what Auburn played, would Georgia be in the same position? Probably. But we'll see how they do. But that's basically that. Also, the game's done. Auburn's next game is next Tuesday. You got back-to-back home games. You got next Tuesday against Texas A&M, and then you have next Saturday against Arkansas. So Tuesday, that's an 8 p.m. tip-off. I hate these late night games. And then Saturday, it's a 5 p.m. tip-off. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. That's relatively it. Auburn falls to Georgia 104-100. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below. I'll probably have another video coming out here in a little bit. Maybe not today, but here in a few days, because the transfer portal is open. A lot of things are happening. I did do like a small live stream on Thursday going over all that. But the portal officially opened yesterday, so there's already like a lot of moves and stuff like that happening. Auburn's already hosting a lot of guys, so we'll talk about that a little bit later on once we get a little bit more into this. Probably Monday is when I'll talk about it. But guys, that is relatively it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.